So this is a process. This process is best dictated by your inner knowing. But I'm going to give you a piece that might help you. Okay. Western culture puts a very high value on safety. And the reason why is because that is how they were able to colonize the indigenous mind. Is if you don't do which it's not safe if you don't do what you're told. Okay, it's not safe for you spiritually. It's not safe emotionally, mentally, physically. Right? I mean, they pretty much terrorized and traumatized the indigenous of this globe to acquiesce to the demands of colonization. So there is a deeply embedded program that gives us this need for safety. Okay. And I'm not saying it's not a real need. It's not a real feeling. It's absolutely a real feeling, right? If you don't feel safe, you don't feel safe. Your nervous system's kicking off, adrenaline, all kinds of stuff is going on, right? Okay. So on that level, you can adapt regular, I'm talking about the nervous system responding to not feeling safe level. You can adapt regular pranayama practices, breathing exercises, belly breathing exercises that stimulate the vagal nerve. Another thing you can do to counteract the physical impact is work your belly button. Like you get your hands in the belly button and you start stretching it out in all these different directions until eventually it's loose and pliable and you can press back far enough to touch, massage, so to speak, the vagal nerve. It's right below the diaphragm. The vagal nerve is the longest nerve in the human body. It goes all the way from the brainstem down to the top of the womb space or bottom of the diaphragm if you're a man. Okay, so that's the nervous system response to safety. But now I want to give you a spiritual understanding about safety. Safety is a lie. There's no such thing as safety. Okay? It is a control system. When we are making decisions to keep ourselves safe, we are making decisions to grab onto something, have a sense of control. Grab onto something else outside of us so we have a sense of control, right? It is a mechanism of the ego driver. So the ego driver is a petty tyrant that believes that it's the one in charge, but it's not. It's your spirit that's in charge. It's the infinite aspect of your nature that is creating this reality. The ego driver is the toddler in the passenger seat, okay? And we've been trained energetically, we've been trained psychologically, we've been trained generation after generation to fully believe that we are who we think we are. We give all this power over to the ego driver. We can actually become frozen in fear by our ego driver, right? But this is where you start addressing that the physiological response to fear, the physiological response to not feeling safe. Address that so your body goes into that deep parasympathetic rest and digest response, and you can retrain yourself. You can retrain your biosuit to have a different response to fear, a different response to not feeling safe. Okay, so you're reprogramming your biosuit through conditioning to step out of the need to have safety in order to feel secure within oneself. Okay, so there's that piece. And then the other piece is safety is an illusion. There's everything about your life can change in a split second. And many of you guys know this. You know, you can fall, you can keel over of an aneurysm in the moment. You can have a car accident that changes everything. You can have, some sort of major event that changes everything in a split second. In this way, safety is an illusion. We invest all this focus, we invest all this life force energy into creating safety, but it's not real. It's the illusion of safety. Okay. So when we spend large amounts of our bandwidth cultivating and creating safety, we are spending large amounts of our bandwidth feeding a lie, feeding an illusion. Okay. Those are the two pieces I can give you. As far as particular modalities of body work or modalities of working with the biosuit, like I said, I love Chinese medicine. Also, cranial sacral work is very, very good. They are not all created equal. There's many different kinds of cranial sacral work. I really love the biodynamic cranial sacral work, not the upledger practice, but biodynamic cranial sacral work, because that requires the practitioner to practice profound listening and holding a profound space of stillness. And with that, they can actually unwind the nervous system, unwind trauma. Now, the upledger practice is good too, but I find that it goes much deeper. The biodynamic kind goes much, much deeper into unraveling deep interdimensional aspects of the nervous system.